Alright everyone, welcome back to more Plants vs Zombies. I'm just going through our lovely Zen garden. It's growing up so fast. Isn't it beautiful? Wait, are these guys not at like full price? They are. So they're literally just wasting my resources if they're existing now. If you didn't know, once they get to the max level or max growth stage, they can be enchanted, so to speak, to produce gold repeatedly instead of just when they're fed. But that's usually only good if your snail is good, and my snail is not good and will never be. Well, I mean, there's ways, but they're not worth it, not at the moment. So, basically at this point in time, the second they get to max growth stage, we will be selling them. We will also require more food. Now, who's still thirsty? Okay, just two. Okay, perfect. And then I'm pretty sure you guys will be fine for next time. So I'll feed these guys. Oh, there we go. And then you'll want like a gramophone or something. Nope, never mind. Okay, so then we buy these three and move them up here, and we'll get to them next time. So we are up to Whack-A-Zombie and Last Stand. Okay, very interesting. For Last Stand, I'm gonna show you guys a technique that was definitely not thought up by me, but is quite vital. Oh, actually, I don't know if we'll have enough money for it. We'll see. Anyway, we've got Whack-A-Zombie to get through first. And Whack-A-Zombie is just like it is in the main game. You get zombies coming out of these graves, trying to reach your brains. Don't let them. They can drop coins, they can drop sun. Once they drop sun, you will have options to plant different types of plant defenses. I'm pretty sure they give you a potato mine, a grave buster, and a cherry bomb? Cherry blossom? Cherry bomb? Cherry blossom? I forgot what it's called. No, it's a cherry bomb. It's a cherry bomb. I'm getting it mixed up with a tree that's real. Okay, so that's just the gist of it. Gets harder as it goes on, more graves get planted like that, and then once you start to get sun, which should drop soon from one of these zombies. Any second now. Here it comes. There we go. Oh! Okay, so in the original Whack-A-Zombie, you were given a cherry bomb, as well as the potato mine and the grave buster. But it seems in this version you get given the ice shroom, which is interesting because I think they're only giving you that because at the time in the story mode you didn't have the ice shroom unlocked, because it unlocked in the later half of the nighttime game mode. And as you can see, Coneheads take 2 hits for anyone who didn't watch the campaign or who hasn't played before. Having a cone on top of your head makes you significantly stronger according to every video game logic ever. It's just how it works. It's just facts. Can't deny it. And I feel like it is somewhat true, you know? Any sort of head protection is still protection, whether it's a cone or an actual helmet. So you're still relatively better off than someone that isn't protected, say if you were riding a motorbike or something. How do you guys feel about riding motorbikes? I've had the idea of it. Like, I did kind of have the idea when I was a lot younger. I don't know how I feel about it now. I feel like I'd be more safe in a car, but do any of you guys ride motorbikes? And how do you feel about it? Like, do you always feel like you're closer to being squished than if you're in a car? Or do you think the cool factor of riding a bike and being just completely like free and out in the open sort of thing rather than confined to a box? Does that outweigh the potential cons of, you know, one wrong move and then suddenly you're squished between a car and the floor? But yeah, I've always kind of wondered, like, I imagine motorbikes are cheaper because they are smaller in size and thus would have less parts, at least as far as I'd imagine, than a car. And so they'd be much cheaper too. But yeah, I've never ridden one before properly. I've ridden on the back of one, but not actually on one. And I kind of want to. Maybe not as a 100% like my way of transport. Oh, there's a lovely little plant for our garden. That's exactly what the freeze is for. And as I said multiple episodes ago, usually in these game modes, the final wave isn't going to be that hard. But usually in these game modes, if you've played them before in the story mode, you will find in these game modes that it's much more difficult than it was in the story mode, as they have amped up the difficulty. Now the reason why I'm not hitting this guy is so that we can get a couple more coins out of the graves, because we're stingy like that. Actually, I think we can still do it even after we've taken him out. We just can't generate any more sun. Right. Interesting. Okay. Replant you there just for aesthetic. And there we go. Very close to the amount of money we need. Oh, never mind, we got pushed over. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so. Now, I apologize to the person that... Oh, actually, what plant did we get? I am intrigued. And you know what? We'll water them all while we're here. So, basically, I am definitely not the owner of this strategy, but we do require the Gloom Shroom. But essentially, this strategy makes Last Stand a cakewalk. Now, there are many different types of strategies you can use for Last Stand, but this one in particular, here's the thing. I discovered it through a YouTube video. Now, I imagine there's loads of YouTube videos on it at this point, and so I don't think I'd be able to find the original, like who came up with the idea. I'll try my best to look for it, and if I do find it, I will put a link in the description. But essentially, it's a strategy that is guaranteed to easily breeze you through the entire Last Stand minigame. Now, admittedly, there are parts which can, in fact, be exploited. Oh, we can't feed them now because we bought the... Okay, well, do you need watering anymore? You shouldn't do. Okay, good. Alright, we'll just get on with Last Stand then. So essentially, you're in your backyard during the daytime, and you choose this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. I think that's the entire strategy, actually. Is it? I believe so, yes. Sadly, we can't do my full version of the strategy, but essentially this is all you need to beat this game mode. And we'll just throw in some cattails for fun, and then have some removal. But, essentially, if you want to beat this game mode, here is exactly what you do. One garlic here, one garlic there, another garlic here, one there. You want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fume shrooms in the rows right behind the garlic. You want to plant gloom shrooms on top of all of those. Again, I don't know who came up with this strategy. I will try my best to find them and link their video. But hats off to them. I 100% didn't find this strategy out on my own. And I really appreciate it because I've memorized it ever since. And essentially, this will kill every single zombie. But, because we have extra cash, Usually, I would modify it so that I would have some marigolds as well as the coin collecting plants, but obviously don't have those, and so can't do that. But yes, this is the entire strategy. I'll place some squashes and some tangle kelp. So essentially, instead, this strategy, well, no, this game mode shows up a lot more frequently in Plants vs Zombies 2, but essentially, you get a set amount of sun, you plant all your plants, and then you see how long you can survive. Or, you know, like this, there's certain waves that you can get through, whatever you have. And the reason why this strategy works is that pool zombies have to go in the pool, and land zombies have to go on land. So if a land zombie eats the garlic, can't go in the pool, has to go down here. So essentially these guys are completely protected, and if a... ooh, you found some chocolate. Feed it to Stinky to speed him up for a while. Okay, so then also for these jumpy boys, they jump over the first garlic, that's why the second garlic exists. So essentially, if we just stick to this strategy, all we have to do is collect coins, which makes it the perfect game mode to farm coins. Which is exactly why I modified it a bit to include marigolds in the coin collecting magnets. But I cannot afford the coin collecting magnets, sadly, and I didn't buy these guys any sooner than I already did. So, essentially, they just throw varying difficulties of zombies at you. Luckily, they don't send anything that can insta-kill garlic, which is pretty funny, if I'm completely honest. So they have to eat it away, which takes quite some time, but you can start to see a little bit of damage in this guy's head here. But yes, once you end a wave, you get an extra 250 sun, and you're told, go again. So we'll just plant some more squash and a couple more tangle kelp so that it keeps it even, and we'll roll through. So essentially you have to get through 5 flags. Last stand means get through 5 flags to complete the game, and you get that little in-between time to plant your plants, but don't get me wrong, you can still plant plants during the actual wave. It's just your plants will have a cooldown, like they normally do. Whereas in between waves, you can just spam plant everything, which is quite amazing. But yes, essentially this strategy will take out everything, and there's not much to be said beyond that, to be quite honest. It's just a coin collecting game from here on out, so I think I'll just speed it up. Another side tip, after each wave, if you're seeing that your garlic are becoming like this, dig them up, replace them, and then keep going. So once again, when your garlic reaches the teary-eyed sad face, just dig them up, replace them, and you'll be good to go for the next wave. Alright, and this, I believe, will be the last wave, so we'll dig up some of the garlic that's slightly damaged just in case. And I guess if you really wanted to make sure you did finish them off, you can do something like this as well. Just so that you have these guys attacking all the squares around them, and this guy just spraying 4 in front, just for that little bit of extra damage if you're feeling overkilly, but it's really not necessary. The main reason why that this works is because, first of all, There's no zombonis or anything of the sort that could run these garlic over instantly, kind of creating a loophole for the pole vault zombies to get through. Jump over there, quickly eat this guy before he gets him killed. And the other thing that helps this to work is what was it? So essentially these garlic have to be eaten, which forces everybody into these rows. And the fact that it's on a pool level means you can pretty much force the zombies into wherever you want. The zombies in the pool are automatically slower except for the dolphin zombies, but they are weaker due to their speed. And the only real threat are these guys. If they explode prematurely around here, which they can, it's not an impossibility, you can in fact get screwed over quite easily. But that is this game mode finished, I believe. We'll just speed things up like this, and there's our trophy. So, general idea is if you get to this game mode, Last Stand, and you just can't figure out how to pass it, just go with this. You need the fume shrooms to get the gloom shrooms, because you can only plant these on top of them. You need the coffee beans to wake them up, because they're nighttime plants primarily, so if you don't wake them up they will be asleep and do nothing. And then you need the garlic to shove them into this row so that no zombies can touch these boys, who kinda look a little scary. Something out of Rick and Morty, to be quite honest. But yes, everything after that is completely optional. I personally like to go for the money-making strategy. But there you go. There was Whack-A-Zombie and Last Stand. Now we're getting into the more difficult game modes for the last section. Zombotany 2, Walmart Bowling 2, Pogo Party, and this I believe is Revenge of Zomboss. But first, we need to check out what plants we got from that game mode. So we got one from each game mode. We got one from the nighttime level, Whack-A-Zombie, and we got one from the pool level, Last Stand. So we could potentially have a nighttime plant here and a pool plant here, which would suck because that means we need to save up 30,000 and another 30,000 to fit them both in their proper environments, otherwise they will not grow properly. Okay, let's see what we get. First we do the 3 marigolds, 3 predictable ones. Now, I'm thinking this one's going to be a scaredy shroom and this one's going to be a lily pad. Oh, it's an ice shroom. Still requires the nighttime area though, so that's 30,000 gone. And lily pad. I thought so. I always get unlucky with the lily pads. So essentially, wow, that's a massive pot. This guy's asleep, which means we cannot feed or water him until he is properly put in his environment, which is the nighttime area. Keep your garden plants that fall asleep during the day. And the aquarium garden is where you can place your aquatic Zen garden plants. So I guess we will be saving up for those. We do have some chocolate for Stinky the snail here, but there's no coins that need to be collected, so we do not need to give him any. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. That's been another 2 mini games down. And take care, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.